Okay, guys, we're over here in Jewel Circle over in Oxmoor Landing, and I already messed my shirt up already. All right, but we're over here. We're looking at a lot. We're gonna get started on this in the next couple of weeks, and this is a little bit different right here. So if you look back here, now I want you to. This is the roadway right here. This is the road. So, you know, you got your inlets. We got inlets down here. For the roads and the streets. We got an inlet there that's gonna take all the water in the neighborhood and get it in that inlet or in the street. Now this right here lot is a little different. It's not like this lot over here. If you look over here at this house over here, the difference in that lot is on the back side of that lot, you got a hill, it goes down. On the front side, it's elevated, so you can actually run water this way. You can run water kind of sort of that way. You can run it to the back and you can run it to the side. That's kind of your ideal situation on a house. Now in this case right here, we only got one direction of water. See, back behind us, and we can kind of, come on, let's get in here. Look at the elevation. You can see, guys, get that water right there. See, this right here is telltale. Water's trying to accumulate right up in here. And also, look at that water right there. Now this is not that's not most of the lot. This is the lot that we're on over here, so it's a little bit better. But this is the lot, you look at this right here, got a lot of water that's gonna accumulate right here. And all this water from the back of that hill, everything is coming this way, all right? So what we have to do, in this case, this is a basement house. So in this case, what we have to do is we're going to have to get this water that's coming down off that watershed back there. We got to get this water on the road. That's the game. So now, what I have to do is, we got to figure out a way. Now, we're trying to decide how we're going to set this house. From this watershed, it's going to be coming down, so we got to get this, we got to get all this water here, right there. So ideally, if we can get about maybe 2 feet of rise from the road to the driveway of this house, to make sure that water gets on that driveway and get out of here, or the water in the front of the yard gets out of here and gets on this road, that would work. That's where we want to be at. And like I said, this right here is a little bit different. Like I said, we got to pull all the water to the front of the house. You know, I can run the water around the house, coming from around and come around the house and just get on the driveway. If I can get the water on the driveway, we're good. And I make sure the water is running and it gets on the road, and we got that water away from the house. Because the last thing you want to happen is for a basement to flood. And all that starts right now. You don't want to have the house so low that all the water that's around here and the water in the front of the house is getting inside the basement, because it's going to run back. And then you don't have any pipes or drainage to get that water on the road. So in this case right here, like I said, you want to make sure all the water is getting away from that house. That's critical. And this is where you decide elevations and how things are going to work out on this right here. Now, when I first started building, I built my first house over in Lake Cyrus. As a matter of fact, I just came from over in Lake Cyrus, working on a deck. But there was a builder named James Robertson. James Robertson told me, you know, he was an older builder, man. This guy had this thing figured out. He'd been building for years. And I was just so excited to build, man. I was like, man, I can't wait to just start building up the, you know, framing and all that kind of stuff and the foundation. I was just so excited. Man, I was like, man, this is going to be fun. And I was like, you know, he said, hey, look, I'll help you do this thing. So he helped me out. And I was just talking about building. I was talking about framing and everything. And that didn't even enter his head. The only thing he was talking about was water. It's like, okay, the water got to do it. It's like, man, I was like, in my mind, I didn't tell him that, but in my mind, I was saying to myself, I don't care anything about water. But what I realized, when that guy was sitting here talking about that water, guys, when you first start building anything, first thing you better start paying attention to is how you gonna get that water away from that property. Water is more detrimental and more critical than a fire in a house. See, water gets you slowly. Fire burned the house up, now you know what the problem is. But water, you don't even know what the problem is sometimes. You got water building up, you got mold, and that's another thing. There's only like 10% of the mold is bad for you. But you don't want to get water behind the walls, water in your basement. You don't want a basement flooding. You don't want to have all kind of sump pumps around the foundation. And that's just, those things fail. The best way to move that water is through gravity. Move it through gravity, get the water out the way, get it onto the municipal, get it onto the streets or the out in front of the house or wherever you're gonna get it to, and keep it going. Did you have anything, man? Anything you want to add to it or question anything about it?
You said you want to stay away from as many stairs as possible.
Yeah.
How high is too high on stairs?
Gosh, hey, look at this house over here. Just show them that house over there. Can you zoom in on that thing over there?
Yeah.
That's a lot of stairs, man. That is it's probably 15 stairs. And I'll be honest with you guys, I won't want to do that every time I go home. You're probably gonna have to do it anyway since you gotta, but they're gonna have to go up those stairs anyway because they gotta go from the basement. They even got more stairs on that one because they gotta go from the basement up to the main level. That almost has so many stairs, it almost looked like a split foyer, But I won't want company coming over, dreading to come to my house because they got 14, 15 stairs to go up to the front of the house. I wouldn't want that either, Too many stairs, in my opinion, is anything over 5. Definitely not. I don't, I like to keep it, ideally, I like to keep it maybe 2 or 3 steps at the most. I like to have so few steps, you don't even need to have a handrail. And I think that's about 21 inches. Anything above 21, 24 inches above grade, you gotta have guardrails or something. But as few as possible. That's a good question, man. Anything else?
That's it.
All right, man. You guys have a good one.